It's Aleya Antoine. You're listening to Tease podcast. Everyone loves the tease. Stop. Don't get too excited. I considered what you were doing or how things would make you feel more than I would consider how they would make me feel. But I felt like it was vice versa. But then the problem with codependency is that we're thinking of each other first, but then we're getting upset about it. Hello everyone and welcome to Tease podcast. This is so weird because I don't know what to do with my hands. If you're not watching this, normally we have the handheld mics, but today we are wearing a commando. There's no wall. But that is because I have a guest here with me. It's Kai. Welcome back, Kai. That was cute. If you don't know, Kai is, we'll get into that because we have some updates for you guys. But Kai has been on the show before. How does it feel to be back?
It feels good. I think I definitely, what's the word?
I'm just laughing because you just were like, I'm not going to mumble. I'm going to talk very sharply and stuff.
Am I not talking sharply right now?
No, you are, but then you forgot the word, so it just made it funny.
Reimburse myself.
What? Reintroduce yourself?
No, do better than last time.
Oh, improve?
Sure.
Okay, Kai. So what has been going on with you since last time you were on the show? Last time we talked on here, you had just gone out of the military. You had just started going to barber school. Any updates?
Hairstyling school.
Ooh.
I am in a hairstyling school and I work at a barber shop now, which is pretty cool because I'm only 2 months into starting the hair career. It's definitely I'm going in a quicker route than most people do.
I feel like every job that you're in though, you promote so fast. Army, you promoted to sergeant fast. I feel like you just have a habit of being the best at what you attempt to do.
I think it's because I choose something that I know I'll actually enjoy. I never go into something blindly. DJing, I'm still not even into it yet because I'm no, if I go a little far, I'm a fail. I'm afraid of failing. I can say that. Genuinely, really? I suck at failing. I cannot fail.
I honestly have never known you to fail, so.
Because I can't, I don't put myself in situations where I know I'll fail. If a person in an interview were to ask me, what's your worst trait, I'd say, I suck at failing. I'm a sore loser.
Really?
Yeah.
I suck at failing too.
You do. But you put yourself, not that you put yourself in situations.
But I do the fucked up part. I put myself in situations.
You do. But I think that's what I admire about you because you actually take risks. And but it's not you just fail and you give up. You do have that growth oriented mindset where sure, you don't get it right the first time, but you don't give up. I will cry. I will just beat myself up and never try it again, probably.
Ah, interesting. Because it's crazy that you say that you admire that about me because I'm going to be so candid. I don't know if I told you this already, but when Kai got moved to the studio shop instead of just the school, I was obviously so happy for you. I'm not that person. I was so happy for you. But I'm not going to lie, a part of me teared up a little because I was dang, what is Kai's secret formula to being good at everything that you try? It wasn't about the actual shop, but I was just Kai always slays everything that they try. And I feel I lack that quality. I feel at least I used to feel I slayed everything I tried. Now I feel a lot of things that I try, I end up not being as good at. I would say as an adult, I felt like that. And so sometimes seeing you just excel, oh, this sounds fucked up, but seeing you excel, it makes me think, what do I need to improve on to get that?
I get that. But honestly, I can say half of my accomplishments have been due to luck. I was going to go to a whole different barber school before I went to this one. And then I'm sure at that school, I would not have been working at a shop right now. I know that for a fact. I think I just got lucky. I saw a different school and I said, I'm going to go for this one instead.
Yeah.
And then the school has provided me with opportunities. I've been introduced to a lot of people already. And I think that I genuinely got lucky with that. The difference is I go into things where a lot of people are involved in it. So I'm going to barber school, I'm gonna have connections, but you going into social media, it really is just you as a team, So I feel I brought myself to succeed, but then the things that I put myself in, it's just been luck.
I wouldn't even say that it's all luck though, because like behind the scenes, you try really hard, you educate yourself outside of it. So maybe it's that combination of like trying hard at things and then just a sprinkle of luck too.
I am grateful for everything, but I think that most of it is also just luck.
You do put in the work though. Like
I put in the work for sure. I do put in the work. But I mean, I never really cut hair until I really went to like barber school, and like somehow for the amount of skill and time that I've been in it, like I am decent at it. I don't know where it came from.
Well, I know that me and my listeners, we want that luck. So I'm just gonna graze your shoulder right now to absorb this. So speaking of luck and new jobs, I told them last week that I have been on the job hunt. I know that you've also been on the job hunt because we want to fucking move. We want to get out of Seattle. I know that's the goal. I had no idea how embarrassing it is to apply for jobs. Guys, applying for jobs is so fucking embarrassing. Like in Texas, the way that I would get a job, right? I would hyperfixate on one place. So like Hooters, I wanted to work there. Twins, I wanted to work there. I had a lot of jobs over there, but I don't know. Anything I like hyper focused on, I applied, I called, and then I got the job. Like the only job I didn't get was In-N-Out when I applied in high school. And it was because they told me that they didn't think that I would like the vibe of the place. Why would I not like working at In-N-Out? But in Washington, it's a whole different ball game. There's like no corporate companies, everything's small business, everything has like the smallest budget in the world. Like they don't hire people, everything's very short staffed. Half of the business is closed for half the year. And so over here, it's like you have to walk into places and hand your resume, like walk in or like email the one email that they have. And the whole experience, ego death, humbling as fuck. Yeah, how do you feel about that?
All I can say is I applied to a doggy daycare thing and I was not accepted. I was a sergeant in the military. Like I have management skills. I have pretty much any skill that you would need somebody to have. Like I was responsible and stuff. I'm good at what I do and I'm good at things to like when it comes to learning. And they said no to me. And I was just like, at this point, like I give up.
Yeah, and I feel like so many people probably listening, or maybe it's like this age, like I feel like 22 to I don't know when it ends, like you are on the job hunt like crazy. You're either out of job and you hate it, you're looking for a new one, or you just need a job, or you have other goals but you need a job to just pay the bills in the meantime. I am getting my degree this month and like I could go corporate and everything, but it's also like I don't want to risk going corporate in Seattle and then being stuck in a contract here. Also corporate, like I'm sure if fucking customer service takes this long, I can't imagine how long it takes to get a job in corporate. And so, yeah, like, guys, this has been extremely humbling.
I mean, honestly, I've just kind of gave up on job hunting. I'm like, if something comes my way, like, I'll take it. But I'm just going to focus on doing hair.
Yeah, shit's rough out there. Good luck to everyone. And it makes sense because my friend, you know her, my old roommate, I thought that I worked a lot at like 40 hours a week in school. Shit, she was working like 50, 60 hours. I mean, honestly, I think she should have moved into the restaurant, but she told me, she was like, yeah, no, after this year, since I graduated, I'm literally not working at all. And a lot of like my friends that at least like worked during college were like, I have like no willpower to go corporate right after graduating because like I know I need to get out of that hamster wheel and just like rest before like throwing myself in. So I feel like that's kind of the advice I took. Like I was just like, okay, my goal right now is moving. It's not building a corporate career. Like if I build a corporate career, it's going to be because I have exhausted all of my options. I don't know. Do people fantasize about that?
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't either.
You don't fantasize about corporate?
No.
What made you go into the army?
That's not corporate.
That isn't corporate, but you're working for America.
I mean, like, I was just young. I didn't want to go to college at that moment. Didn't want to, like, just be a bum, so.
It was like your version of college. Like,
yeah.
I did 4 years and you did 4 years.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it to people if they're like, maybe I should just join the military for a little bit? Because I know that that thought goes into a lot of people's heads.
If you are younger than 25, go for it. If you are younger than 25 and you don't have like a stable job, you don't have like a motivated mentality, like you need structure, just join. Do some easy job, like some administrative work or something, and you are going to be set for the rest of your like 4 years. And then you have your GI Bill, like you can go to school. You can genuinely just figure yourself out in those 4 years. and then call it a day and get out.
That does make sense, yeah, because I mean, I would say it has low-key more backing or backbone or benefits than like a degree has. I know a degree is like the backup plan that everyone says to have, but like from my standpoint, it is my backup plan, but like that's all it is the piece of paper and the degree. It doesn't have like money or free schooling or something attached. Yeah, I don't want to get like too deep in because this is not a military podcast. So we serve the Tease Nation, but I know that like you've been asked that by a lot of people our age. So we have an expert on the show. I might as well ask you. Okay, we haven't been outside in a while. We've been hibernating.
We've been tired though, honestly, because I feel like for the past like 8 months of our lives, we were just go every weekend, and now it's just
new chapter type shit. We went to one music festival this past weekend, which was a lot of fun. There were party favors involved, which I feel like I had an existential crisis or ego death.
You did. But I feel like
in the middle of Clooney, I am like sobbing.
You're never a party favor type of person though. Party favors and Aleya don't combine in a magical way.
I don't shut up. Like I talk and talk and talk. But there were some amazing things that came out of the music festival and me yapping. What happened? You could tell them.
Aleya asked me out.
Ah! We're not casually dating anymore, guys.
My hands are sweaty.
Your hands are sweaty. It was like supposed to be like a funny awkward.
It was definitely
hand hold, but it definitely was just not funny. It was just awkward.
I should have gone with this one. There we go.
Ooh, your hands are clammy. Maybe it's a good thing your mic is clipped to your shirt.
Last time the mic like would slip out of my hand.
Slipped out of your hand? It's like you have lube on your hands.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I asked Kai out at the music festival, and I know that last time you were on, we were talking about where we were at in our relationship. And I think that I said I was waiting for you to ask me out again. Guys, I put on my big girl pants. We're not even going to say that I put on my mask or man pants because why can't the feminine or the more girly one ask the other out? I don't recommend that for every situation because I think that a lot of the girlies move faster than the other person. So I'm not out here telling you to ask out John, who's been only texting you 3 times a week. Just go ahead and pull the plug, ask him out. I don't know. To my mentality, it was just more like, I'm tired of taking a back seat in my life and I want this to happen. I had already been planning it, but I think with the mix of emotions while I was at the music festival, also, I know that that was like Kai's like favorite music and that we were having so much fun. It just like, it felt right to me. I want to know your whole perspective of someone asking you out as the more masculine person. What do you think about that?
I thought it was hot.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely wasn't expecting it. But you also were just coming from yapping for like at least 15 minutes while I was just dancing and vibing. And then you like turned around and then you asked me and I was like, wow, life moves so fast.
That was your first thought?
That wasn't my first thought. I was just like, oh, like this is really sweet. And then I was like, hot, sexy, sweet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So do you think that more people, like more of the girlies, should be asking people out or no?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like if you're in a WLW relationship, you're both like girls at the end of the day, so I don't see why the more masculine people can't deserve that princess treatment of like getting asked out and stuff. I mean, even I remember like I had told her and I was like, well, why don't you just ask me out? Oh, I think I said it in therapy. I was like, I mean, like she could also just ask me out too. Not that I needed it, but I was just like, I would appreciate it if she wants to date me so bad, like, she should just ask me.
Yeah, I think that, like, I didn't want to do it because then I was like, what if I'm, like, pushing the envelope and maybe you didn't want me to ask you? Here's one reason why I would recommend it, is that you just get your answers. Like, you're done waiting around thinking, do they want to date me? Where is this going? I mean, like, bitch, just find out. I think it's, like, a good idea. And, yeah, I think that you deserve that treatment, obviously, and everything. And honestly, I'm really glad that this second go around it happened this way because like I think that in a relationship there's always one person where like you can just like clearly tell how they feel, and then one person that maybe needs to express it slightly more. I think I followed that category, so I felt like that was good. What about people with like hetero relationships?
I think it really depends on how your man is. If it was Cordell, like, let's put ourselves in Serena and Cordell.
Love Island.
If
Okay.
it was like Serena and Cordell, then I can see Serena asking Cordell out.
And I think that he would completely deserve it.
He would love it, and he would be like blushing, and like he would be like so happy, like But if it was like Coy would probably be like really mad about it. That's why we were saying, like, obviously you shouldn't be asking someone out after like 2 weeks of knowing them. You should be asking someone out like a couple months in of knowing them, and that way you understand what kind of man he is, what kind of woman they are. You'll understand whether they're gonna get mad about that or if like they'll be happy with like that.
I think that sometimes maybe like when men or mas like ask someone out, they kind of freeball it, or like I don't really know what she's gonna say. I think that you should do it when you have an 80% yeah, they're gonna say yes. And yeah, you're right. I think that guys and like mask on like the more softer, nice side. And usually like the girly one's like a little bit more like, am I rough around the edges? Or like not rough around the edges, but a little bit more like sandpapery with affection.
Yeah.
Especially if like in the history of the relationship, you've been known to be the one to pull back. Because like, I mean, I broke up and that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? I think that it can be really important as an expression of, hey, I know that you've been putting in the work. So like, let me show you that I am into you is kind of how it felt.
Yeah.
I'm glad I did it.
It was definitely giving that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Woohoo. So maybe me and Party Favors do go together.
Yeah. Except for all the yapping and the crying.
I know. It was so uncontrollable, guys. I called my mom. Wait, no, I can't say that.
Honestly, the fact that you called your mom was crazy.
I lost my mind. Speaking of me asking you out, I don't think that we actually told everyone why we broke up, which I think could be like important to address a little bit, like just to touch on. What do you think? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Or is that personal?
No, it's not personal.
Who should go first for this?
I can go first.
Okay, go.
If you want me to.
Yeah, go.
I would say we broke up because we met at a young age. We met at like 18 years old. I moved here. Aleya moved here after. And then we obviously didn't know anybody here. So I think codependency like became a huge factor. And then just the fact that we were also young, I think that just did not mix well. Especially when you're in a new city, like you both are going to try to make friends with people and stuff, find your place in that city, you know? But I think that you can lose control of that, and then that codependency and being young and then seeing like your partner probably like hang out with somebody else, or like your partner being closer friends with somebody else. Like I think that's what messes people up a lot. I think that's definitely why we broke up. We were just fighting a lot at that point, so.
Yeah, I would say like the codependency for sure, especially because like when you're in a new city, like in your relationship, you're pretty much isolated in a way with that person. Like all of your friends that you know are gone, all of my friends that I know are gone. And then like, yeah, you knew people, but since I was new, you introduced me to them as well. And then we also, when you're new, you're scared to go to events alone. So we would go to events together. So then we would end up making the same friends. And so like we just spent all of our time together to where I think like, I remember people even used to tell me like, oh, I love Aleya and Kai, or I love Kai and Aleya. Like our names always be next to each other. And I just started thinking that way as well too. I guess in my head, like I considered what you were doing or how things would make you feel more than I would like consider how they would make me feel. And I felt like it was vice versa. But then the problem with codependency is that like we're thinking of each other first, but then we're getting like upset about it. I would say that that's like the cycle of codependency that like I've heard people talk about it before, but I don't know if I've heard that specific part is like you start to rely on the other person, but then like you start like resenting them. It would just be like, oh, I can't go get this because I know that Kai won't want it. I haven't even asked Kai. I haven't seen what she wanted. I'm just like, I know Kai. Kai's not going to want this. So therefore, like, no for me too.
Or like it would be like, I can't go to this because I know Kai doesn't want to go. But in reality, like you could go without Kai or vice versa.
Yeah.
Like we would think that we knew each other's answers. just based off of that codependency.
Yeah, that's true. I think it was also not that getting in a relationship young is bad or moving fast is bad, but I think that it's important now I know to be like very careful with how you move, because I think that for me too, like I accidentally like fell into roles that like you didn't ask me to do, but since we were moving so fast, I was doing things that like a couple in like their late 20s would do, you know what I mean? Like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing to say, but like I would like clean out the fridge, cook all the dinners, clean the kitchen, like, and it's crazy because guys, like I fucking promise you, I never thought that would be me, like ever. Like even hearing it now, my skin's crawling. I don't know her, but it's not that you were asking me to do it, but it just like fell into a routine, especially because since you were the one in the army, like when I first moved, I obviously didn't have a job. So I kind of did it to make up, but then we kind of just like got stuck in that. Like we got stuck in that routine for so long, even after I got a job, like we just kept it up, especially because I'm clearly still in school right now too. So I was doing like a customer service one. So like I thought, okay, well Kai's job is more like serious and more grueling than like mine. So I just still like kept it up even though I was also tired. I feel like we accidentally like fast tracked straight into that.
Definitely. I feel like that put us in a like whole different bubble, honestly. And then once we realized it was just like all hell went loose.
Yeah, because like how I was doing those roles, I feel like then you also felt in your role like an obligation to like for financial stuff probably.
Yeah, 100%. I think that for me, like I took the man of the house that works kind of role where I was just like, Aleya's cleaning and like cooking for me. Okay, well, let me work and spend my money on her. And of course, I loved like you didn't ask me to do any of that. I loved spending my money on you. But I realized that I definitely could spend it in smarter ways now. Obviously, everything I've bought you has been intentional. But I think like I also had that mentality of like, I need to do this for her because she's doing this for me.
Yeah, like we fell straight into gender roles.
Yeah, 100%. We definitely fell straight for it.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like I'm not gonna lie, like even when I would see movies or hear couples like that, I'm judgmental with that shit. Like I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you doing this? Like, but it's kind of like I don't even know, it just
happens though. It's like it unintentionally happens.
Yeah.
And then it takes two to realize it and then fix it for sure.
And then our communication at that time was lacking too, because so we got together when we were 18. This breakup is kind of happening while we're like 21. So like, I mean, 18 to 21 is a big jump, I feel like, in your developmental years too. So then I feel like we were fine with it for so long. Like I didn't see a problem, and then it was, I think as we like were around more people and as we like were growing into like, you were getting out of the army soon, I'm getting out of school soon, so we're like trying to move on to the next chapter. It's like your problems catch up to you kind of thing. Yeah. So I would say that was like a big reason why, it was just like the codependency. And so I think that one of the reasons, like at least for me, that I felt like we had to break up was just like I felt like we had to learn how to care for our own selves and put ourselves first. And honestly, I think sometimes some relationship problems can't be fixed without taking that like official break.
I can definitely say that. Huh?
Are you tearing up?
No, it's just the wind.
Oh.
I can definitely say that I used to not believe in breaks. Like I used to be that person that was like, if you're gonna go on a break, like just break up, and like that's not your person. But I definitely think that now I can say like a break in certain situations is needed. You know, like how somebody actually feels about you. If you're like, once you're like in that break, I needed that like wake up call and to like somebody to tell me like, Kai, like you need to fix the way you think. You need to fix like your mentality and your mindset if you love this person. And then I was like, okay, therapy, I go. And then 6 months in therapy and like I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
So,
and then we went to therapy together too, which helped. And I think for me, like it was one of those things to where I remember our therapist telling us that like if you fix one thing in your life, it's like a ripple effect and it goes into other areas. When I've been telling y'all like life has been fucking weird, I think that's what's been happening. Me working on myself, I mean, as soon as like I feel like I improved myself for us, like shit, lost 3 friends, figured out my career, lost this, improved that. It was like one thing that I was focusing in on. Okay, I need to fix Aleya. And then the second thing, I need to think about the relationship. It just like all completely altered my entire life without me even trying. Us breaking up, I feel like improved both of our lives. And I feel like it improved our life together too.
Definitely, I agree. Yeah. I think just the way that we do our relationship now is so different from what we used to do, which is like, it's a lot healthier. And it's definitely what you're supposed to, like how you're supposed to manage a relationship. The break was needed for sure.
Yeah. I remember even saying like, I'm doing this because I want to be together. Like, I was like, the pace that we're going at right now, we are going to kill each other, or we're going to like, something's going to happen and we will never speak again. So I feel like it like actually was our second chance again. Yeah,
I agree for sure.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say on that? Any advice or anything to people?
What's meant to be will be. If they are your person, like it will happen. You just have to let it be. Even getting back together, like we weren't trying to rush anything. We broke up for like 3 months before we even started. Like, I mean, like we would talk to each other obviously because we lived in the same apartment, but I would say like talking wise and like actually like spending time together, we didn't do until March.
I'm sure it would probably even take other couples longer to get back together because we were having like mediated conversations with a therapist. So like that helped a lot. I'm sure that if you're not doing that, it probably will take a little bit longer because like you're having to figure everything out for yourself, you know? But I do think that it can really help. And I think that one thing that I like about our relationship is that I feel like all of the big steps that we've taken, we've just kind of like followed our heart with it. Like honestly, none of our stuff has been too heavily planned really. And so I think that's why it has worked out in our favor.
Yeah, I think everything that we've done has been intentional, but like not forced. Like it hasn't been like pre-planned. Like I'm not thinking like we're gonna get back together in June. It's all just been like with the flow.
We didn't even get back together in June. That was July.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's fucking August. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's disgusting how fast time moves. I hate it.
Yeah.
But let's do a little swervy swerve. Are you okay? Shake it off. We're together. It's not that deep. There is a game that I've been wanting to do and I couldn't think of a better guest to do it with. I say this like I had a lineup of guests. I had so many options. No, I've been wanting to do this game. And you know what? Even if I had a huge list, I would still choose you to do it with.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But I want to do 22 things that we fucked up on by 22 in honor of these huge life changes, ups and downs. I feel like, especially at this age, it's really easy, at least for me, to get like really hard on yourself. I mean, you lay awake at night sometimes just thinking of if I just didn't do this one thing. But again, we're young. We're basically teenagers. When am I not allowed to say that anymore? Like, when am I not allowed to feel like I'm 17? Never. I know, yeah. You stay young forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did Wiz Khalifa say? Was
Young and wild and free.
That's how the song goes. We're going to do 22 things that we fucked up on by 22. I wrote a list of 11 things. Kai wrote a list of 11 things. We don't know what each other wrote, but we're going to go back and forth, and you have to elaborate. We are not going to hold back the tea. So you have to elaborate, or else this wouldn't be Tease podcast, and this is our truth, and you have to tell it. You go first. What's your first one?
Getting in a lesbian bar fight for absolutely no reason.
Stop. It's crazy that you say that because I just talked about that in the last episode.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'm just like, what the fuck, Kylie? Why'd you do that? Yeah, she touched you, which is like game over. Like, don't touch my girl. Well, like, I should have just grabbed you and we should have just walked away.
I think the regret is that guys, Jordan in the story, who I said was with their girlfriend and they got jumped. I think the regret was defending Jordan.
Yes.
Like, I think that that's where it really comes in, is because like now, like, we don't talk to any of them anymore. So it's kind of like, what was the reason?
Why did I stoop so low for that person?
That's true. But to be fair, the fight did find us. We didn't go hunting for a fight, so.
So she touched her. I went ape shit. That's it.
It was hot though. So
Thank you.
Congratulations on that. Mine would be inviting a friend of 6 weeks to move in with us. That honestly haunts me.
For free.
It's a really long story, but we didn't know her for that long. And we thought that she was broke, just down and now and everything. So we invited her to stay. Thought it would only be a little bit. It ended up being what, a month?
A month, yeah.
And I remember we drove her to work because she was like, I'm going to pitch in. I'm going to buy you guys groceries, because she was eating all the cheese, all the hot chocolate, eating all of our shit and not pitching in. Keep in mind, a year older than us. The money for groceries, don't know where it was. Literally all she gave when she moved out was $100, but we probably doubled our groceries in that time. And then we found out that she had been talking shit about us behind our backs. And yeah, so I absolutely regret that. Having roommates, inviting people to live with you is such a touchy thing to do. I think it can really like fuck you up in the long run. If you find out something that you don't like that they did to you, you end up beating yourself up about it, thinking, how could I be so stupid? So when you're picking a roommate or inviting someone to live with you, please really think hard and think twice about it, because like, I think your mom told us your home is your sacred space. And so one of my big regrets is that like, I wish I didn't disrespect my space like that.
You might have a good heart, you might think that you're helping someone, but like, it's gonna fuck you over in the end, because you never truly know a person.
Yeah, because turns out that she actually had a job from her parents and lives with her parents. And honestly, I think she actually has more money than us. And I think that it was just a finesse for sure.
Letting group think slap me in the face.
Okay.
I used to be friends with Stacy and Catherine, and Stacy and Catherine were like me, like masculine and stuff. And I think for me, like, I don't have gay friends. I think that took over my like headspace, and anything that they would say, I would go along with it, even if I didn't agree with it. Like, I was just stupid. I was younger. I fucked up before. I've said shit that I shouldn't have said. And I still take accountability, because at the end of the day, like, things came out of my mouth too, and that was my mind. And like, I did say things, but I definitely fell victim to groupthink. And if you are ever in a situation where like you feel like you have to follow people, just get yourself out of it, because that's already a red flag.
That's true. I'm very opposed, as you know, to groupthink. I can't stand groupthink. I don't know if it's the communications classes, but in communications, we learned that groupthink is how wars begin.
I used to not be like that though, like at all. It was just, I think the military does change you in different ways. Like, it does teach you to follow people and like take orders from people and stuff like that. So I think for me, like, not having gay friends, especially gay friends that look like me, like, I think for me, I was just like, oh my God, like, I need to do anything to keep them and stuff. Even though from the beginning, I didn't even like one of them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Financing a dog.
For how much?
Is PETA gonna come after me?
Who's the PETA?
No! PETA, the pet corporation.
Oh.
Whatever. It's my truth, and it won't happen again. Financing a dog for $6,000.
Oh my God, my mom doesn't even know yet.
Stop. I told my mom that we only financed her for $1,000.
I told my mom the same thing.
But my mom did look at me a little funny, like, how are you so broke that you financed $1,000? Like, if someone told me they financed me for $1,000, I would be like, what, you paid like $100 for 12 months? We financed our dog. It was the holidays, it was Christmas, they had a payment plan option, and we financed her for $6,000.
Getting a curly perm like 3 times.
Stop. It's so funny that you say that, because I was just talking about dogs, and I was going through my old dog pictures in my photo album, so I typed in dog, and Kai with a curly perm popped up. I want to see if it happens again.
Oh, no.
You don't want me to show?
No.
Please.
Okay, fine.
So cute. You got a lot of compliments.
Honestly, I gotta say, I think they were lying.
I don't think perms are in, guys. I think that if you don't have curly hair, sorry, you lose. Ha ha ha. I have curly hair. I'm kidding. That's fucked up. But use a fucking curling iron. Come on. My next one would be, we're not going to make it through 22 things. I think that was overzealous, but we're going to hit you with the hard ones. Going to college in West Texas and not even touring the school. I went to college in Abilene, Texas, which is a 15-minute circle. For an entire year, I probably was one of less than 20 Black people on campus. And I didn't tour the school because of COVID. So, you know, on those brochures, they round all up the minorities. They put them on the front of the pamphlet. And I thought I was good to go. And now I go to UTSA.
At least Serena went to UTSA, though.
That's my claim to fame. I don't give a fuck what that university has done for the community, has accomplished in life. I don't care if there's... What are those people that, like, get the Hall of Freedom medals? What are they called?
The Purple Hearts?
No, that's the military. It's like the people who do really big discoveries.
Oh, like scientists?
Yeah. I don't care. I don't care who went there. All that matters is that the winner of Love Island season 6 did.
That's fair, though.
What's your next one?
Ignoring red flags.
What are some red flags that you've ignored? Are they from me?
No, I don't know. I'm going to name a bunch, and if the shoe fits, the shoe fits. No, I'm just kidding. But, they used to torture their babysitters, and they used to, like, tie them up or, like, chase them around with a knife. I've watched movies, and they all start with a psychopath being a young kid who tortures people, having 2 computer screens, and stalking their ex on Spotify. That's just crazy.
That shit is crazy.
When I mean stalking their ex on Spotify, I mean, like, every night, 2 computer screens, just, like, analyzing, like, any song that was added to it.
And these were the same person?
Yeah, these actually are the same person.
That's insane. The shoe is not fitting, by the way. It's not me. I put codependent friendships, and that speaks for itself.
Dating a drug dealer in 7th grade.
What?
You know the story.
Oh. Was he in 7th grade too?
Yeah. Well, he was in 8th grade. Yeah, he was in 8th grade and I was in 7th grade.
And he was slinging dope?
No, I think it was just weed.
That is dope.
Oh, shit. I don't know how I got myself into that situation in 7th grade, but man, I went through some crazy shit at like, what, 13 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta get you an episode to talk about that.
Once I tell my parents.
Okay, yeah. Oh, on the same topic, I put fucking a SoundCloud rapper.
That's so embarrassing.
Yeah. And I had the damn nerve to be walking around going, no, I can't even repeat it. It's so cringy.
Were you the ones that said that I fucked the SoundCloud rapper?
I didn't say that I fucked a SoundCloud rapper. I said I was in my rapper era. And it was on his best friend's little brother's bed.
That's wrong.
The brother wasn't there. It was wrong, though, because the bed broke. So... I was in high school.
What grade?
Either sophomore or junior.
That's
no,
more,
junior.
That's more embarrassing.
That he was a SoundCloud
You did all
rapper
that. You did all that your junior year.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I put it on the fucked up list. Like, I'm immune to judgment. Okay, let's rapid fire the rest of them. What's your next one?
Getting in a car with a guy, then racing at a mall and crashing.
Yeah, you didn't drive for years after that.
No.
Yeah.
I was scared.
I put giving up on track. I think it was one of those things to where, like, you know, those dreams that you had before COVID and COVID kind of killed them. But sometimes you just think about it and you're like, you know what? If I just would have worked maybe 300% harder, you know what I mean? Like, just fought back on the pandemic, I could have still been there. Yeah, I don't know. The Olympics is making me feel things, okay?
I was like cheating in past relationships. I think that was just stupid and immature of me. I definitely dug myself into some holes. But I'm a better person now, so, and I understand like where I went wrong and why it's wrong.
I gotta ask the question that everyone always asks. Is once a cheater, always a cheater?
No.
I have video footage, digital footprint of you saying this. So you gotta stand on that.
I know. Yeah. No, it takes therapy and it takes like the will to like understand that what you did is fucked up. If you were to have that done to you, like how would you feel? Like if they have that willpower, they're not going to cheat again. Even if like they don't love someone, like they're not going to cheat again. At least that's what I would want if I was in a relationship. But like if I didn't love someone, like I still wouldn't cheat on them.
Mm-hmm. No. You just break up.
I would just break up. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Eye on you. I put being in the closet for too long. There comes a time to where it's like, why are you still hiding? It's pretty obvious. Like, I could have built up my roster if I would have just came out.
You could have been a Hey Mamas on TikTok.
No, I could have been with... Well, you were Hey Mama, so I guess I did that. But I could have had like even more girl experience before you.
Not going to therapy sooner.
That's a good one. Going to therapy's hard.
It definitely takes like, I mean, I know a lot of people would just be like, I'm just going to therapy, but like I feel like it does take like a little bit of like a push to just enter that door and like be vulnerable to like a complete stranger.
Yeah, I've actually been meaning to talk about this with everyone because someone wrote in and was like, what are some things to like deal with like anxiety and stuff, because they know I had it, and I was like, fuck, like therapy's hard. And it's not even therapy, honestly, that's hard. It's finding a fucking therapist. Let's talk about that soon, guys. We're gonna circle back because I know we gotta talk about that. I put being the crazy girl. I wasn't always this chill. I wasn't always as cool as a cucumber. I used to chase bitches around the party if they fucked me over. I used to be insane.
I used to be too.
Really?
That's the next one, yeah.
You
Not
could be-
insane in the same way as you. I think I had a different.
What was
I had
your
a different.
insane?
Mine was like I kind of gave myself the crazy hoe reputation in high school.
Oh, like
because
what?
I thought it was cool. Like I dated a lot of people. I like got with a lot of people. Like I was messy at parties. But I definitely regret it because I could generally say I'm not like that anymore.
You were your 2000s party girl phase.
That's
You
true.
watched too many movies.
I did.
Which is crazy because you don't even watch high school movies. I do. I put not cutting people off sooner. I think given my history, that needs no explanation. But I'm in my cutting off era now.
I wish I never went through that like mask phase where you just wear oversized things all the time. Big ass t-shirt with like some tiny shorts.
It never looks good.
No.
Or like the hanging pants. It's not the look. Like baggy clothes are cute, but there's a difference between baggy and I'm looking at your underwear and not in a sexy way.
Okay, I didn't wear baggy stuff like that. I mean like just like t-shirts. Like my t-shirts would go down to like my knees.
They were cute.
But like why did I do that? I just looked like a little boy.
I think that the shirt thing comes from like getting comfortable in your own skin too, though.
100%. I think it's definitely like an evolution.
I'm more of like my shirt doesn't fit, but in a different version. Like I would rather
Just wear tight clothes.
Yeah, like at Hooters, I'm gonna give y'all a secret they don't want you to know. We get our shirts that y'all think are so cute from the baby section.
What?
Yeah, my friend would be like, this is a 6T.
Why are those shirts in the baby section?
No, like we have to do like sports days.
Oh.
Or like not the actual Hooters shirt, but like whenever we do dress ups and you have to like wear crop tops and stuff, you just get it from the actual kids section. They have some cute shit. I don't know how ethical that is, but it works. Wow. Next week we're having episode 10. We are like in a full-blown relationship. This is so exciting. We're also in a relationship. How did it feel to do your second episode?
It felt better. I didn't mumble, I think.
I think you did really well.
Thank you.
I think you slayed. But thank you so much for listening, everyone. Please, please, please subscribe to the show. Leave 5-star rating, review. Share this with your best friend. Share this with your mans, your girl. Tell them that you're about to ask them out. Follow the pod on all platforms at Tease Pod on Instagram, at Tease Podcast and everything else. I am at Aleya Antoine and you are at
Kai Garcia.
Okay, guys, I love y'all. See you next week.
I was scared you were gonna go off.
Leave it off a little.
Yeah, you didn't let me finish.